Dia tengok tak kat YouTube BEDSA dah start lah. Aku dah tekan start. Dia tengok kan lah. Bagi ni YouTube tak send dekat aku.
Announcing the arrival of the representative of BEDSA, the Vice Chairman of BEDSA Election 24-25 and the future Vice President of 24-25 tenure. You may now be seated. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening to all students and KOED community. Welcome to the Vice President Dialogue. This event was organized by the Bachelor of Education Students Association BEDSA Election Commission 24-25. In conjunction with the BEDSA election, this event is organized to give an opportunity to the future Vice President to deliver her manifestos and ideas. For your information, this is an annual event that will be held at the end of every tenure. Thank you to our honorable guest, Sister Shifa Afini, the representative of BEDSA 23-24, Brother Hasbul Hadi, Vice Chairman of BEDSA Election Commission 24-25, the future Vice President, Sister Nurhidayah binti Muhammad Noor, as well as the respected audience who are joining us today. Let us begin our event today with a recitation of Kitab Al-Fatiha. Amin, Amin, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Praise be to Allah for the opportunity given for us to gather here today to witness this delightful Vice President dialogue. We are very fortunate to have our future Vice President to be here with us today to share her manifestos, besides sharing opinions and views regarding the issues that we will discover together. I am Ma'alia Atira, standing as your Master of Ceremony for today. We have now arrived at the most anticipated segment of tonight's program, Vice President Dialogue, under the theme Holistic Horizons Co-ed for Every Dimension. Dear brothers and sisters, to ensure these sessions proceed smoothly and efficiently, the dialogue will be moderated by an esteemed individual who is well versed in facilitating intellectual discussions. I now invite Brother Dennis Said to come to the stage and take his position as the moderator for tonight's dialogue. Brother Daniel, the floor is yours. Next, to complete the session, I would like to invite our future Vice President, Sister Nurhidayah, to join us on the stage. Kindly take your places on the stage. Brothers and sisters, with this, I officially hand over the stage to our board moderator, Brother Daniel, to commence the dialogue session. We look forward to a constructive and intellectually stimulating discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Alia. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome to BEDSA 3425, the Future Vice President Dialogue. I am Muhammadin Said bin Azlan and will be your moderator for today. Honorable guests, brothers and sisters, today we have our future Vice President, Sister Nurhidayah. Before I call upon our candidate to present her manifesto, it is wise for us to have an introduction session. I take this as a golden opportunity for our future Vice President to share about herself to the audience. So, Sister Nurhidayah, can you introduce yourself and what inspired you to pursue for this position? So, without further ado, I invite the one and only Vice President candidate, Sister Nurhidayah, to introduce herself. Please, sister.
Okay, thank you, Brother Daniel, for the opportunity. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good evening to everyone who are here at tonight. So, first of all, let me take the moment to deliver my gratitude and respect to our representative of BEDSA 2324, Sister Shifa Afini, and next to our Vice Chairman of Election Committees, Brother Hasbul Hadi, and to my fellow KOEDians who are here tonight. Okay, I want to express my fulfillment of gratitude for each and every one of you who taking your time to join me tonight. I know how time today is, especially today is the public holiday. So it's actually nice for us to just stay in the room and while completing the necessary tasks that we need to do. But you should know that your presence tonight here is very meaningful for me. Okay, so let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Nurhidayah binti Muhammad Noor. Most of my friends call me Daya, so you feel free to do the same. Currently, second year, second semester student, majoring in teaching English as a second language. And now I'm serving as the assistant head of information and multimedia bureau of BEDSA 2324. And for tonight, um, I'm honored to be sitting here as the Vice President seat for BEDSA lineup 2025. This is the humbling opportunity for me, and to be honestly, I feel really excited to share my visions and plans with all of you. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Nurhidayah. So, would you mind sharing on your experience because I believe the audience are eager to know more about it.
Okay, thank you. Yes, here I will share a bit about my journey, experience, and the lessons that I have gained along this way. When I reflect on my time as IIM students, I realize how much these 2 past years have shaped me both as a student and individual. I believe that being active and stepping out from my comfort zone are very important for my personal growth because this is the reason why I have consistently choose to involve myself in various programs and activities. Within BEDSA itself, I have had the opportunity for taking on several roles such as being the program manager of Lightroom Workshop. This is a program under my bureau, the Bureau of Information and Multimedia. Organizing this workshop actually taught me a lot about leadership, managing a team, and the importance of paying attention to details. It showed me that even a small program actually it can give a big impact when we can manage it well. Other than that, I also serve as the program coordinator of Insan Sejahtera and the secretary of First Practicum and Top, Co-Assembly, and so on. This experience actually have enhanced my skills in communication, documentation, which are, for me, these 2 parts are crucial for us to ensure the smooth of the programs. They also have taught me to balance my tasks, to meet my deadlines, and to collaborate with various societies to achieve our common goal. Other than BESA, I have always believed in exploring the opportunities outside of my comfort zone to broaden my skills. I enjoy engaging in community-based programs because they allow me to connect with people from different journey of life. For example, I joined a program with a Comrade Club that took me to Kampung Orang Asli. It was an eye-opening experience that taught me to the importance of humility, understanding, and being passionate when I communicate with the other people. Similarly, I have also participated in activities that helped by Sandy Club, where I work as a facilitator for school programs. For me, interacting with students from different backgrounds was both challenging and rewarding for me because from that it taught me how to adapt my communication style, approach people with empathy, and inspire others through the educations. To be honestly, all of these experiences have provided me with a wealth of lessons that extend far beyond the classroom, beyond what I can get from the classroom. They have taught me about how to lead, how to work effectively in a team, and how to remain committed to face a few challenges. More importantly, they have taught me in deep sense of responsibility to give back to the community and contribute to something greater than myself. As my friend said, the word of wisdom that she gave to me, khairun nasi anfa'ukum din nasi, which is the best humans who can the benefits to other humans. So yeah, here I am. I sit here right now as a candidate for the vice president to carry the lessons that I have got with me. I have learned that leadership actually is not just about distributing the tasks or holding the positions, but it is about inspiring others, fostering the collaboration and creating an environment where everyone can feel valued and inspired. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much to Sister Nurhidayah for that great information introduction. Wow, I can see you do have vast experience across society. So everyone, please give Sister Nurhidayah a round of applause. So without further ado, I would like to proceed to the second session. So for this second session, Sister Nurhidayah will present her manifestos accordingly. So please, Sister Hidayah, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Brother Daniel, for the opportunity. Okay, so right now I'm truly excited to share my manifesto, my vision, and my mission for the Kuliah of Education. Okay, going to my visions, which is to create a dynamic and engaging environment at the Kuliah of Education, where students are actively involved in educational and extracurricular activities. I want to promote a culture that encourages academic excellence and personal development. Our time here in KOED is not just about obtaining the degree certificate, but it is about shaping ourselves into well-rounded individuals who are likely want to make the meaningful contributions to the field of education and to society as a whole. And to align with my visions, my mission here is to create the opportunities for all KOED students to develop their leadership, teamwork, and critical thinking skills through the active involvement in both academic and co-curricular activities. I believe that it is not enough to simply focus only on our studies because by participating in various programs, events, or leadership roles will help us to grow in ways that textbook or assignments could not help us to improve ourselves. So again, these experiences taught me the skills that are very important for our futures, especially as the future educators. Now, moving on to manifesto, I have two key manifesto points to share with all of you. Where the first, I would like to establish the connection with other organization or institution to create an opportunity for the core students to contribute meaningfully into the education field. So we know that learning doesn't stop only inside the classroom. So to truly make a difference in our education sector, we need to extend our influence beyond the campus. So here, by building the network with other organizations, we can provide our students with platforms where they can apply their knowledge and gain hands-on experience. This one, I think most of us have studied the word of wisdom that said, Al-ilmu bila amalin kasyajari bila samalin. Knowledge without application is like a tree without a fruit. It doesn't matter when we have a lot of knowledge, but when we can apply into our real life, then it will be not useful. It seems like what is the differences between us and the outside people who doesn't have the opportunity to learn. When it comes to us, we have a lot of knowledge, but we can't apply it. For example, like we know that the obligation of five prayer times is compulsory, but we didn't perform Zuhur prayer, Asar prayer, Maghrib prayer. So for me, the knowledge that the teacher has gave to us is will be like unuseful because we didn't apply that into our real life. And relate with my first manifesto, as we still remember in our past quite recently, the Training and Career Bureau of BEDSA 2024 has officially created the facilitator team in our Kuliah of Education. So for me, this is an excellent initiative, and I plan to build on this by forming the collaboration with other institutions that can offer our students the real world experiences, internship, and other learning opportunities. And next, going to my second manifesto is I want to strengthen the relationship within the IM co-ed community by bridging the gap between concealed as well as old and new students. I have noticed that sometimes people are afraid to join programs because they are worried about being left out or not being able to contribute well. Because most of the programs that be held here is being dominated by certain groups of or by certain like crony we say. So by having these social groups, it can make others feel disconnected or underappreciated. So my goal here is to ensure that every quiet students will feel valued no matter their background or level of their study. So I want to foster a sense of unity where every student, uh, doesn't matter it comes from new or old students, they will feel like they belong and have an opportunity to make a meaningful impact for our kuliah. A strong and cohesive community will lead to be a better collaboration and a more vibrant environment for learning. So I think that's all for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Nurhidayah, for the great explanation on your manifesto. So, can you guys recall the two Arabic proverbs that Sister Nurhidayah just gave us?
Yes.
Yes, what are those?
The first one is fairness and openness.
Okay, next.
One is
Okay, great. I'm quite surprised that two Arabic proverbs come from our TESOL candidate. Okay, so from her manifestos, we can conclude that there are two main points which is highlighted by Sister Nurhidayah, which are to establish connection between organization or institution. And the second one is to strengthen relationship by bridging gap across council specifically and co-ed community generally. So hopefully all the manifestos that will benefit the future of our kuliah will be achieved, inshallah. So moving on to our third session. So Alhamdulillah, we have finished with the presentation of the manifestos. So hopefully the manifestos are convincing enough for all of us to depend on our future leader here. Now, let us dive deeper with more interesting questions. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, for this session, the question will be more fascinating, I guess, for you guys to know. So the first one you have, how do you feel being the one and only candidate for this vice presidency? Do you believe it reflects the challenges in finding suitable candidate for this role?
Okay, thank you for the questions. Okay, in my point of view, being the only one candidate for vice president actually bring a mixed emotions for me. On one hand, actually I feel humbled to be trusted with this opportunity. Because as we know, the vice president role is very significant and of course it requires dedications. It leadership. It requires dedication, leadership, and a strong sense of responsibility. So knowing that I have been given chance to hold the position as a vice president, it fills me with gratitude and excitement. But at the same time, I also feel like this is a heavy responsibility for me, and to be honestly, being the solo candidate doesn't make this position any less competitive or challenging. It always reminds me to continuously prove myself works for this role, and not just to myself but to all of you. This is not just about holding a position actually, but it is about how we deliver. This is about how we can deliver the meaningful contributions and upholding the trust that you place in me. Okay, now addressing into the second part of the questions. Does being the only candidate shows that others are not qualified? Okay, for me, absolutely not. I believe that actually there are many capable and talented individuals in our co-ed communities, but some may not choose to step forward because of the several reasons, and while others may have their focus on different goals at this time. In fact, leadership is not just about holding the title or the position, but because many of our peers and friends actually they have like talents in their they have the talents in their style. Maybe they can lead in the classroom, in the club, society, and so on. So for me, being the only candidate doesn't show the qualification or potential because it simply means that for now, maybe I have chosen to step forward and take on this responsibility. And to elaborate more about why I stepped forward to run the seat for vice president, it is because I have a deep passion for our community. Over the past 2 years, I have gained like the valuable experiences that taught me a lot of lessons. And these experiences have shaped my understanding of what our students need and what areas that we can improve in our kuliah. So I saw that this is an opportunity for me to use my experience, ideas to make a difference for all of us in COED. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you once again to Sister Nurhidayah. So if I can simplify, what Sister Hidayah trying to say is that although she's the sole candidate for the vice presidency, but it doesn't mean that there are no other suitable candidate. It's just that they are not willing to step forward. And by having this privilege or chance to be in the vice president's seat, Sister Nurhidayah also hope that perhaps she can use the position to enhance more of student participation into the society. Is that correct, Sister Nurhidayah?
Yes.
Okay. So next question. As someone who's been in BEDSA before, holding several high positions and currently running for vice presidency, how do you balance between your academic and co-curricular responsibility?
Okay, thank you for the questions. I think this is the relevant questions that I can share with all of you because I know that most of us actually also struggle with finding the right balance between our academics and our co-curricular activities. So here I'm happy to share my experience about it. Okay, first and foremost, I believe that balancing academic and co-curricular activities is all about understanding our priorities and managing our time effectively. Each of us is given the same 24 hours each day. So, how we choose to use those hours determines what we can accomplish. Being actively involved in programs and society is a choice for us. If we feel confident in our ability to handle the programs, to handle the both academics and curricular activities, then we can proceed. However, if we feel sense that our schedule will become overwhelmed, then it's better for us to step back and focus on fewer things and prioritize what is the important most. For me, balancing this responsibility starting with the planning. I made it a point to keep a detailed schedule for me to divide between the deadline of my assignments and the society's job. By having a clear picture of what need to be done, and when I can allocate specific time for my academic that has helped me in setting realistic daily goals. For example, if I have an assignment due in a week, and a program to manage, then I will break down the assignment into the smaller tasks that I can complete each day. So by having that way, I'm not leaving things to the last minute assignment, and I can still give my full attention to make my both academic and curricular activities successful. I think that's all from me first. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Hidayah. So basically, the keyword here is to plan, which is time management. Although time management may sound cliche, but I believe it is easier said than done. Not everyone can actually manage their time, but everyone can say time management is important, time management is crucial. Is that right? Okay. So I believe by running for this vice presidency, you are not only having mission, vision, or manifestos, but you might also have your own personal hope that you wish to achieve as vice president. So what is your personal hope that you wish to achieve for this upcoming 24-25 tenure?
Okay, my personal hope that I wish to achieve during my future tenure of BEDSA 24-25 is I would like also to create the more connections between COED and external organizations, societies or institutions. This will provide to our students with more opportunities for internship, collaborations, and projects. Because I believe by establishing a network with professional and organizations will help students apply what they have learned in the class and gain the valuable experiences in the real life work settings. And and next, I hope also to contribute to the holistic development of every student within COED. This means not just focusing only on academic excellence, but also fostering in the co-curricular activities. I want to create programs that cater to different aspects of student life, be it through workshops, seminar or recreational activities. Because I believe we can make COED not just a place for academic learning, but also a space for our personal growth, leadership development, and a thriving supportive student community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Sister Hidayah. So my next question, how do you feel being in this tenure which currently filled with almost all female candidates? Okay, that's the question.
Okay, I believe it is important for me to address the fact that for our next tenure, then there will be then we will have many female candidates. And for me, to be completely honest, the gender of the candidates doesn't change my commitment to the role or vision, to the role or my visions. Because in the leadership, what matters most is about the ability for us to serve, is the ability about for us to collaborate and contribute meaningfully to this community. So leadership is about passion, commitment, and making a positive impact. And I believe that everyone, whether it comes from male or female, they can offer something valuable to the table based on their intentions. At the same time, I want to emphasize that actually the leadership is not about one gender being more capable than another, but it's about bringing together diverse perspectives and creating an inclusive space for everyone's voice is heard, regardless of gender. I strongly believe in building a team where everyone, regardless of their gender, can contribute and lead in their own unique way. This will help in creating an environment where we value each other's strengths and work together towards the common goals. That's all from me. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Sister Hidayah. So I believe she meant that being a woman, it doesn't mean that she's less than a man. Because men and women, biologically, they are born the same. They have the same capability, and if man can lead, so does woman. Woman can also lead. But looking at this context, it's not a matter of a gender of who is supposed to lead or who is not to lead. But this is the context of who actually wanted to take the role, being at the front line of our kuliah, wanted to seize the opportunity to be a leader. Is that what you mean, Sister Hidayah?
Yes.
Yes. So my dear KOEDians, especially the males, please be more engaged toward our society in this kuliah. Don't let just our female sister lead the kuliah. Okay, so being in society in BEDSA, do you believe that the higher your position actually will determine the success of the society, or the success of the society is actually determined by the community of the society, the members of the society working as a whole? So which is more relevant? Being in high position so that you can lead, or the members itself need to work as a team?
Okay. Based on the choices that you give to me, for me, the successful of society is based on the ways of based on the teamwork that we have. Because if you look into the higher position, it will be not useful for us if the position will be given to the wrong people. Okay, so for me, it's better from us to have like the small circle of society, but we have like a good intention to give the to contribute fully to our kuliah of education. So to answer your question, I prefer choose to have the best teamwork rather than me just myself choosing the higher position, but it doesn't give impact to our kuliah.
Okay, good. So it is important for you, for us to work as a whole. not by only relying to those in high position. So what is mean by that? It doesn't only apply in BEDSA or any council or society, but it also applies to our kuliah as well. So we don't actually rely on those society in terms of managing our kuliah, but the non-society members of our kuliah also need to play their part, need to play their roles. For example, by supporting the programs, attending the event that is managed by the society. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So before we move to the Q&A session, is there any final words for your fellow KOEDians?
Okay, thank you, Brother Daniel, for the opportunity. As we come to the end of this session, I just want to remind all of us that being part of the Kuliah of Education is an honor. We are not just students, but we also as a future leader, as a future educators. So that is something that we should all be proud of. As your Vice President candidates in the next tenure of BEDSA 24-25, I am committed to working alongside with you all to create an environment where all voices are heard, where everyone has an opportunity to contribute, and where we strive for academic excellence, our personal growth, and our community space. I want to be a leader who listens, who encourages, and who ensures that every Korean feel valued, supported, and empowered. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so I believe Sister Hidayah would like your support and your participation in concerning to the future of our kuliah as the members of society are working towards the betterment of kuliah. Also, by looking at our future roles as a teacher, which is teacher, there are peoples that meant to train to nurture the future leaders of the nation. We are the one who trying to, to create the next generation. So how are we going to create the best of the next generation if we currently in our kuliah we are willingly to step forward to take the opportunity to and the role to become a leader. So we have now come to the last segment of the dialogue, which is the Q&A session. If you have any question for the candidate, just raise up your hand and briefly introduce yourself. Yes, sister. Yes, you just can speak from there.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatihi. So I would like to ask Sister Hidayah about like two questions, inshallah. The first question will be related to your experience. So basically, I was attracted about your experience in other club or other society, just like you mentioned just now, Cindy, Comrade, and whatnot. So we know that BEDSA is a Kuliah-based society, and those clubs are quite different in terms of nature with BEDSA. So my question is, how can you relate with your experience, the experience that you gain from that club with BEDSA? I mean, for the future tenure. That's the first question. So the second question is, you said just now where your manifesto, the second manifesto is about you want to improve the gap and the unity between co-ed students, not just with the councils, but also with the co-ed student as a whole. However, I didn't see any platform or what are your initiatives instead of just mentioning about you want to reduce the gap. So what are the examples that you can provide? See, maybe instead of ask them to join the program, or you can provide me much more example. How can we reduce the gap? Because frankly speaking about the reality now, even though we are perhaps in one kuliah, but there are still gap between each and one of the councils. So perhaps I need more examples on how we want to make it this second manifesto is a success. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Fatini, for your questions.
Do you get the question? Okay, if I may repeat, so the first one is how other society outside co-ed will affect your leadership in this kuliah in the upcoming tenure. So that's the first question.
In fact, my participation in clubs and society, of course, they have a different nature. But what I got from the clubs that I joined, like Comrade and Sandy, actually they teach me about the leadership, about the teamwork management, and about how I can deal with people. So for me, based on that experience, I can apply it into the society because now I run the seat for the vice president. So of course, I need to be an open-minded to hear the voices from all KOEDians, and I need to hear the voices from all KOEDians and improve what is the less from that. Is that answering your question, Sister Fatini?
Okay, great. So although you join other society outside of the kuliah, there might be some value that you can apply here in our kuliah. For example, that Sister Nurhidayah mentioned is teamwork and leadership. Okay, so the second question from Sister Fatini just now is how are you going to implement your manifestos? No, sorry. How using what platform for you to realize those two manifestos of yours?
To establish my second manifesto, which is I would like to bridge the gap between conceals as well as all NU students. One thing that running on my mind right now is because me myself as the vice president of the BEDSA, and BEDSA was like the big organization in our kuliah. So I will start to bridge the gap, begin from my society first, which is BEDSA, and then go to the other conceals. As I realized in my past tenure, even me as a BEDSA member, but I still don't recognize the members from other councils, such as from CCSI, CIS, yes, and TES, because we never have like a general or monthly meeting with them. And I realized that mostly the program that helped by each councils, of course, they will invite the member from that councils. So my intention right now is I would like to first do a survey and gain the feedback from wait, can you give me like 5 minutes?
Yes, sure. Okay, we'll give her 5 minutes.
Okay, so for the first plan, like I said just now, I would like to do foster relationship first between the councils. So maybe at the first session of my tenure established later, I would like to create like induction day for each councils, and after I have what strengthen the bonding between the councils, and maybe I can plan like the induction day for all KOEDians. Or actually, I have planned one things that this one maybe I will ask the help from Bureau of Sports and Arts, where I would like to have like sports club. So usually in the evening, of course, we like to do an outdoor activities like a sports, but because we don't have like a lot of friends, or we don't have a lot of connections to play with, so we just stay in the room. So for me, Bureau of Sports and Arts, maybe they can create like a sports groups for us as Koreans to fill our spare time. Um, from here, I think all students from the various level of study can join the groups and plays together. And the other plans that I would like to have is I don't this is I'm thinking for the Bureau of Dakwah. Okay, bonding to create a bonding between us is not just about we work together or we meet in one place, but maybe by having a same events. So I plan to have like a weekly recitation of Al-Mub in Thursday after Maghrib. So by having this recitation of Surah Al-Mulk, for me it will foster the relationship between the Qur'an community, because I will ask for the representative of each level of students for become a reciter of Surah Al-Mulk. Is that answering your question, Sister Fatini?
Okay. Sister Nurhidayah did come up with two solutions on how to bridging the gap. So the first one is through induction day, and the second one is through the recitation of Surah Al-Mulk program with cross council. Well, I have a question for you. As members of society, I think we all know that usually during the transfer of the previous tenure to the new tenure, we actually have the program, if I'm not mistaken, the name is Case League. So Case League is basically an induction day which involve all society. So basically, the induction day that involve all society to bridge the gap is already there. So how is yours induction day would be different from the one that being organized by the kuliah?
Okay, thank you for the questions. Yes, in every transformation of the past tenure and the new tenure, we will have an induction day that involve all members of each councils. Okay, so for the next tenure, what I would like to have is I would like to make the induction day become more powerful and become more beneficial for each member of the councils. If you're looking at the past case league, we just have an induction day for half of the day. This one inside Kuliah of Education building. But my plan for the next tenure, I would like to bring all my council members to have an induction day at outside, and I will request like the facilitator from outside to lead us and to achieve our objective, which is we would like to strengthen the relationship between the council members.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So can you guys see the differences of the two induction days? Okay, so basically what Hidayah meant is that she wanted a more meaningful induction course, I would say, because it is more than a day. So she would want a more meaningful induction course among council's member. That is not just a half day touch and go kind of program, correct? Okay, so I would like to open the floor to the second question for this Q&A session. Is there any question from the audience? Yes?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Farid Badwan. So, I would like to have a confirmation first. So, if I'm not mistaken, you told us about to give opportunities to quiet students to join programs and enhance their skill, am I right? Okay, so basically, I acknowledge that BEDSA has, in fact, education facilitator where we give platforms to quiet students to prove their skill based on facilitating to programs with school students. So maybe we need to understand that in our kuliah, so we have lots of skills from the students. Maybe you can enlighten how can we expand their skills to except from the effect. How do we expand their skills? How do we expand their skills to make them to make the development of their self?
So is it like how to expand their skill by not just being a mere facilitator, like to learn other skills that will benefit their future as well? Is that what you mean? Okay. Please, Sister Nurhidayah. Okay, basically, what Brother Farid meant is that you wanted students to be more engaging and participating in the society from within our kuliah. But the thing is that within our kuliah, the main skill that they learn, apart from all council, is usually the same. It's either about facilitating or about program management. So how are you going to encourage them to join this society if we can offer them something new, another new soft skills for them to learn? So what are the things that you can offer to attract the student to be more participative in the council?
Okay, so what I can offer them to make them more engaged and active to participate in our programs. First of all, actually, as we know, every students they have like different skills, and of course they have like a different interest also in join some clubs. So for the first part that I plan to have is I would like to conduct a survey to gain their feedback and to know more about what their interests and what their needs for their future life. And based on the feedback, I will like suit with us. I will like what align their skills. Wait, can you give me time?
Okay, is it you trying to say that you wanted to conduct a survey and then you wanted to meet between what they want to learn and what they skill that they are supposed to acquire in the future? So you wanted to bridge the differences between what they want to learn and what they're supposed to learn. Is that what you mean?
Yes, true. Okay, actually, what make the difference between the facilitated team and the facility programs that held by other clubs is, if you look at the programs that held by other clubs, they have only like one objective, where when they go to the school and when they already achieve the objective, they stop until then. But in our facilitated team, based on what I questioning to the Bureau of Training and Career of BEDSA 2024, they would like to make this facilitated team as the long temporary team that will be beneficial for all private students. And to ensure that all students will participating in these programs is I will open the opportunity by having like a turn, maybe for example, I like I collaborating with other schools such as IM Setia. And maybe for this week, I will send a group of like first year students with the facilitated team to conduct the program there. And maybe at next month, I will ask the second year of students to come with the facilitated team to bring the program at that school. So is that answering your questions?
Okay, so by joining the facilitator team in the kuliah, we don't just learn to be a facilitator as if a mere facilitator, where you would just go to the program or you go to a place, for example, like a camp, and then you just handle the kids there and it's done. So basically, the facilitator team in our kuliah is you start from the beginning till the end. You learn how to manage the student, you engage with the school, you learn how to communicate with the government agencies related. So I believe they are not just a mere facilitator, but this facilitating program is also providing the future teacher here with knowledge they need in the schools in the future. So I believe this is a good platform for the student to learn something that would be beneficial for them in the future. Okay, I will open up Q&A again from the audience. Yes.
Hi, Nurhidayah. Okay, by the way, I am Nurhidayah. Before I ask the question, I would like to congratulate you for being there. You are so brave. Okay. I would like to just ask a simple question on the seat of vice president. Okay. We all know that the position of vice president, especially in BEDSA, is a huge responsibility, right? So, what makes you decide on deciding you to be there, like to be the vice president? What's your turning point of that? You understand that? Okay, thank you.
Yes. Please, Sister Hidayah.
Okay, the reasons that makes me want to run a seat as a vice president uh, is because I believe with my experience that I got, and I learned from from my past experience is suitable for this position. For example, like in my past experience, I have learned about the leadership skills, about how to manage the teamwork, and how about to distribute the task properly. So for me, those experience is very suitable for the seat of vice president. And and at another side, actually, I applied for this position is because I would like to apply what I have learned in the past, and I would like to learn something new from this seat of vice president. Okay, is that answering your question, Sister Shakila?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, although the responsibility of the vice presidency is quite heavy and big, as mentioned by Sister Kila, I believe you all know the story about Allah wanted to give responsibility or amanah to His creation, but none of them actually would like to accept that amanah, because amanah is something that is very big, that is heavy. Even the mountain won't accept it, but the human accepts the amanah. But if we look into another perspective, if there is no one who wanted to accept the amanah, there will always be someone who want for position, but they are not suited for that position. They will be disruptive to the people. So by having this Sister Hidayah here, I think all of us have our own flaws, but through our previous experience, perhaps we can try our best to fill the position not for our own personal pleasure, but to serve our kuliah and the students here. Is that what you mean?
Yes, Brother Daniel, thank you.
Okay, welcome. So is there any question from the floors? Yes, sister?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhidayah. So just now when you answered the question from Sister Fatimi, you mentioned about you want to close the gap between the councils and BEDSA. And you want to make a difference by having your own induction day, which different from the basic co-ed student leaders induction course, right? So why do you want to close the gap? Because in this tenure we do easy yourself feel like you didn't know about other members of the other councils, or you think other councils, other line of councils is not being presented themselves to the other people. That's my question.
Okay, based on my answer just now, that I said even me as a member of BEDSA, I still didn't know the whole member from each council. This is first because from my personal opinion, and at the same time, I actually have asked a few people from other councils, and yes, indeed, we have like less of what bonding time session for us to know each other. That's why I would like to make an induction day that will give a very impactful big impactful impact for every member of each councils.
Are you satisfied with the answer, Sister Alia? Yeah, kind of. Okay, is there any other question from the audience? Question 1, question 2.
Yes.
Yes, sister.
Hi, Sister Hidayah. My name is Hannah. I just curious a little bit about the same goes to the questions. As you said just now, you want to what we call it?
Bridging the gap.
Bridging the gap between all council and all students, co-ed students. So currently, what I know in my it's a bit secret, but there is a conflict between the council. I mean, in this one council, and this one bit, it's they don't want to include in any program just because they want to focus on this study. So, do you have any how you to overcome this kind of issue, like they didn't want to include themselves in any of program?
Okay, so based on your question just now, you asked me what what can I decide to make this council will to make this council what to make this council work together with other councils, right? Okay. This is I have think about that too. Okay, for me, it is important for us to do like a monthly meeting between councils because based on my past experience, I didn't have the chance, I didn't have the opportunity to meet with all members of council except during the induction day during Catholic program. So I plan to have like a monthly meeting programs with other council for us to discuss about the conflicts that happen between us and for us to like plan what did we can do to achieve the same goals. Because for me, indeed, each consider has the different objective and goals. But of course, the common goals that we would like to achieve is to give a contribution or to give impactful meaning to our kuliah of education. So maybe one of the ways that I can help to solve the conflict between these concepts is by having a well discussion with them. Okay, is that answering your question, sister? Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so from all of the questions from our audience, I can say that the audience are really interested in two particular things. The first one, the second induction course that will be created by Assistant Vice President, and the second one, they are really interested into your second manifesto is which is to bridge the gap. So yeah, do bridge the gap. They are all looking forward to it, I believe. Okay, any last question before we close the Q&A session? Yes, sister?
My name is Nurhidayah. My question is, what do you think your specialty that differs from others?
So what are the qualities that makes you different from the others, that makes you suitable for this seat? That's a very tough question, but answerable.
Thank you, Sister Sharifah, for the questions. I believe that, of course, all of us, we have like our own potential or our own specialty. But to clarify that I have like a specific specialty that different from others, I don't think so because I already meet a lot of people that have like a same specialty with me. Okay, in a simple explanation, I'm the person who like can tolerate with everyone. I can give but like wait, give me a time, please.
So I believe that humble answer from Hidayah is meant to say that she is no different from other students. She is just the same. I think she also mentioned during the earlier part where she said that everyone is capable for this seat. Everyone has the ability, has the leadership. It's just the matter of who wanted to serve our kuliah, who are willingly to run for that seat, and who wanted to be at the very front line of our kuliah. Okay, so is there anything else you would wanted to add?
Yes, I want to add based on your questions just now. Okay, to be honestly, I don't feel that I really suit with this position as a vice president. But first reasons is because I would like to learn something new by sitting these seats. Because before this, I just contribute myself in a team of like marketing, specta, coordinator, or even program manager. But looking at this position, I think it is something bigger. And something like a new lesson for me that I can get and the others cannot. And if you're looking back at the list of candidates that running for the seat of vice president, is only me, the one, and I actually asked with my mom, is it true for me to run for this seat? And my mom said that, yeah, actually this is all about takdir. Okay, we can see that for this election at this time, there's no one willingly to nominate themselves for sitting the seat as a vice president except me myself. So I believe that this is I believe that this is a big opportunity for me to learn, and it's a big opportunity for me also to apply what I have learned in my experience for the next tenure of BEDSA. Okay, so is that answering your question, Sister Sharifah? Thank you.
Thank you for that very wise answer of yours to basically to serve back or to give back to the community. So we have now come to an end of our third session. So by that, we have come to an end of my dialogue session with our Sister Vice President. So please don't forget to cast your vote on Monday, on the 60th December 2024. Your vote will determine the future of KOED. See you tomorrow for the presidential dialogue and on polling day. Bye and Assalamualaikum.
Alhamdulillah, a heartfelt thank you to Sister Nurhidayah for her insightful and engaging sharings earlier, and also to Brother Dennis Said for expertly moderating the Vice President dialogue this evening. You may now return to your seats. With that, we have reached the end of tonight's Vice President Dialogue for BEDSA Election 24-25. I would like to again thank all our guests for spending your precious time with us and the future Vice President for the wonderful sharings and ideas throughout this program. Before we end this session, I would like to make a few announcements. On behalf of the committees, we would like to express our utmost gratitude to all participants, guests, and everyone who was involved. We apologize for any shortcomings from our end, and we hope that all of you had a great time and gained beneficial information while being with us today. For your information, tomorrow we are going to have the President's Dialogue at the same venue and at the same time. And lastly, our polling day will be on the 60th of December, and don't forget to cast your vote. Friendly reminder, please scan the QR code that is presented on the slides for the evaluation purpose. Now, I would like to call upon the Publication and Promotion Bureau to lead the photography session. Sister Lufia, Sister Almi, you may now sit at the center of the hall.
Tunjuk. Satu, dua, tiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Ya.
Thank you to Prabu team. With that, let us end our program today with the recitation of Tasbih Kafarah and Surah Al-As. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you for joining us today. You may now disperse.
Attention to all committees, boleh tunggu sekejap lepas ni.